What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody had a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, so we're going to start off with the daily charts. I want to start off by pointing out that VIX has now formed its bullish divergence on the daily time frame. The thing that has been there, if I am not mistaken, 4 out of 5 times throughout this bear market, where VIX then went on to run about 100% shortly after that. All right, so the bear market started 2022, so right over here. All right, so right over here should have been the first spike right there. You can make the new low, make that right there. All right, this was the only time you came down here and almost had 100% run without having that bullish divergence form. It was right there, right? But you formed it here. All right, you made your new low right there, and then you took off right after that. You had it happen right here. You made your bullish divergence, then you took off right after that. All right, then I think you come back all the way over here. You had a little one right there. All right, I'm back. It is actually, now that I look at it, is this one right here. All right, so you got that bad boy going on right here, and you come all the way out to where we just had bounced before, all right, which was that one right there. All right, guys, VIX's bottoms are marked by this. All right, we have this, and then we have the weekly bottom marker on the VIX, which is literally just the bullish Rami candlestick formation. All right, that marks either this week is the top in SPX or the next week is the top in SPX. Well, guess what, guys? This is the next week of when this formed. All right, so I think we just hit our top. I'm pretty sure. And either way, we do know FOMC is going to be bearish. All right, in my mind, there's not a chance that they will come out dovish, because that was exposed in the FOMC minutes that their worst case scenario was a market rally. That is the worst case scenario against their fight against inflation. All right, that is just going to wipe what the Fed has already done, which, I mean, clearly they've been behind. All right, but like, yeah, guys, they can't come out dovish. All right, if we come over back here on SPY, all right, literally right here. It was either here or here. I believe it was right here. We had the gap up from CPI, and then Jerome came out right before pre-market, and he was speaking. All right. He literally tanked the market by saying they are going to hold rates above 5.1%, and they're not lowering rates all throughout 2023. All right. So did the market just completely forget about it, and that's why we're right back here? Probably exactly. That is exactly what happened. All right. So what is about to be taking place? Jerome's going to come on and remind everyone about, hey, what did I tell you guys back over here? All right. Now, I do also want to say over here, you had Bullard coming on, and he is the hawkish Fed speaker. And he came on saying that he was expecting 5.25 to 5.5% federal funds rate, the terminal rate, by the end of the year of 2023. So again, this whole narrative that's shoving it here, it's the opposite of the reality of the situation. So once the reality of the situation does come into light, you should see a quick, sick, nasty $30 move within a week to the downside again. All right. Now, obviously, no crystal ball, so I don't know like exactly how things are going to be playing out. But they've shoved you up into this catalyst here, and we have, with all likelihood, that it is going to be bearish, because the Fed has told us pretty much they can't have a market rally taking place. So what do we have taking place? We have a freaking market rally taking place right up to the place where they had to suppress the market last time. All right. If you want to see a rally take place, a sustained rally above this trend line, it's coming. All right. It's just not yet. All right. It is coming. But if you do want to see that, when we do see it, I can guarantee your weekly momentum oscillators are not going to be up at oversold territory or overbought territory. It's the same exact way over here on SPY, on QQ, on DIA, on IWM. All right, everything is suggesting, hey, we are right here at a top. Okay, we should be looking for a top. VIX is giving us the bottom marker. All right, SPX is right. Now, I understand it's above the trend line, but again, right at the trend line. Okay, it is right there. All right. Now, I do understand you did end up flipping that, but I've told you guys, like, guys, this is a bull trap. The Fed can't have the market moving up. All right. Now, this is the biggest bull trap that I've ever seen. All right. But, all right, at the end of the day, this was kind of foreseen. Okay. Now, I will say something I called out pretty early on was that VIX bullish divergence. That was what marked bottoms. All right, on the daily time frame, we just didn't have these big runs, except we did have that one, but 1 out of 6, it's not that many. All right, do the math on that. 5 divided by 6, you do get, it's like 83%. All right, so yeah, you had this, you had this, you had this, you had this, You had this. All right. So like, what were the odds that we were going to get that this time around? It was 83%. I just like completely forgot about it. Slash shrugged it off. I continuously call things out and then I shrug them off, and I end up feeling pain because of that. So that is something I will have to work on. But like, guys, all in all, this really us seeing that bullish divergence did get put in today. It did show your boy that he has one massive problem, and that'll pretty much solve everything for him. All right. Patience. All right. Patience. I literally called this out, guys. I called this out as we were bouncing last time. All right. On these two big days over here. I know you guys remember. All right. If you've been around with me, which you probably have. All right. You know that I was looking for it to come back down to a new low. And then when we didn't get it, I was just kind of like, oh, I guess we're not getting it. All right. Well, that was my mistake. Okay, that was my mistake. This, like, literally, that was the one thing that has been there 5 out of 6 bottoms on the VIX throughout this bear market. All right, we've had the weekly bottom marker. All right, bottom marker has also been there. I believe it's 4 out of 5. We had, so that was a false one. We had 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4. But actually 3. So 3 out of 4 big bottoms on the VIX have occurred with that weekly bullish Harami candlestick that we are calling the bottom marker on Mr. VIX. All right. We now have that, and we have the bullish divergence, guys. There is an extremely high likelihood that we just hit our top. Okay. We can just go back over and see, like, when we do form these, the bullish divergences. All right. They happen literally like right before you take off. Okay, now I understand this probably came with some consolidation before you end up having that breakout right there, but we have a catalyst on Wednesday. All right, which again I just went over that, but they already told us what they're going to be saying in that FOMC meeting, which is going to be that they're going to remind everyone of the fact that, hey guys, we're not in tough times yet. We're not in restrictive policy territory yet. We're not there yet. All right, which means things still need to be tightened. We need to tighten things up. All right. Now, the interest rates, okay, they already told us that they are going to be over 5.1%. That is what Jerome said. It was either here or it was either here. I know for a fact it caused one of the sell-offs. I think it was this one right after the CPI gap up, and we faded all day because of Mr. Jerome. All right. Like, I mean, technically speaking, we were destined to fade it anyway, but Jerome added a catalyst to that and allowed us to do that. So, guys, if we do get Jerome saying the 5.1% thing again, if he does say that we are going to be over that level, all right, for interest rates, for the federal funds rate, you're going to see another sell-off like this. Like, that is pretty much guaranteed. If he does say that, that's what's going to happen. Now, I do also want to point out, all right, the PCE, apparently, it's the Fed's favorite thing, okay? I don't know if that actually is the Fed's favorite thing. I've just heard a few different people say that, that is their inflation gauge, all right? Well, it just came in hot. Instead of the 0.2% month over month, it was 0.3%, all right? So, again, you still have something. The Fed's favorite gauge is still showing that inflation is not cooling, okay? And I do believe you have gasoline prices. It's, believe I saw it was like up like 12% this month or something like that. Maybe it was 17%. I'm not sure. But yeah, guys, like a soft landing is not going to happen. I've made my case for that several times now on this channel. It just physically can't happen, guys. Like, we don't need inflation to go away. We need deflation to come. Like, guaranteed, that's the only thing that can come now is deflation, okay? Or we have more inflation, and then eventually we ultimately will have that deflationary period following the inflationary period. Right now, we're in that inflationary period, guys. Whenever the deflation comes around, that's recession territory. Okay, that's what occurs in a recession, all right? That's why times are tough, all right? Because the demand gets completely killed to the point where the producers, the people selling them, so not the producer, those are the makers, we'll just call them the dealers, okay? You got the dealers, you got the buyers, okay? If the buyers can no longer afford something that the dealers are selling, the dealers by default have to bring the prices down. That means they're now taking that loss, all right? So there you go. You have negative earnings, okay? And there is your recession, all right? That is how deflation takes place, all right? It is literally when demand is just not there anymore, all right? People cannot afford things. That is the point where we have to get to, / that we're already at right now, and now we need deflation to step in, okay? And again, the only way this cycle completes, all right, is with a tough time, okay? I said it in yesterday's video. I'm going to say it again right now. I'm trying to make this video under 20 minutes, so I think we're going to end up staying in that time frame. So I'm going to say this quick, all right, guys? Weak men create tough times, all right? Strong men create easy times. Easy times create weak men, all right? And again, there's your cycle, okay? So weak men create tough times, all right? Not easy men. Tough men, strong men create easy times. Well, guess what, guys? Do you see who's in office right now? Did you see who the last office? I'm not going to say the orange man was a weak man or anything. I don't think that. I will guaranteed say the current person in office right now, very freaking weak, all right? Very weak. You see what they're doing to the country, okay? The whole economy is, I don't think it would have gotten this bad if we didn't have weak people in office, all right? But when I was being born, okay, 1999, October 4th, all right, when I was coming into this world, I'm pretty sure we had strong men, and the strong men were creating the easy times that we're going through right now. I don't know if I said that saying exactly correct there, but the gist of it is we currently have those easy men in office right now, okay? The easy men are in control. They're making extremely tough times, all right? The tough times create the tough people, okay? These strong men come out of the tough times, and it doesn't just have to be men. It could be women too, okay? But for the sake of this analogy here, or whatever you want to call this, all right, we'll say strong men, okay? So strong men come out of those weak times, all right? Because they have to be strong, or like everyone's weak, all right? And then they get into power, and they create the easy times, all right? We're currently going through the easy times. We have to see the cycle go back around, which means we have to go through something bad, okay? We are likely going to have a few years of bad, all right? And there, we will then have a new bull market come out of it, but until we do see the bad here, which is recession, deflationary times, now I personally think we're going to be entering a depression period. Okay, I think we're currently in a depression. I think it's just not really like, you don't know you're in a depression until after the depression. But like, looking back, guys, yeah, I don't think the past 2 years, like, yeah, the market's done this, all right, but like all in all, I don't think this was reflective of what was going on in the economy. I'm not sure, all right, but regardless, we are going through tough times is what I'm getting at. Like, we guaranteed have to go through tough times for that cycle to come full circle. And it will come full circle, but with time. All right, so that's why, guys, no soft landing is on the table. It guaranteed needs to be a hard landing in order for the cycle to complete, okay? You don't get rid of the problem we got going on right now until deflation steps in, and deflation has to step in because demand gets killed. Demand gets killed because people can't afford food and stuff like that. There you go. There's your hard times, okay? So there's the base of my argument right there for tough times. All in all, it was it. The last 10 seconds there. All right, so let's get back into charts, okay? Now that we know what the Fed is going to be coming out with. Because, again, I mean, if you just literally don't ignore what the Fed says, you will know exactly what they're going to say at the next FOMC meeting. Not exactly, but we'll say paraphrase what they're going to be saying at the next meeting, which, guys, they're going to be telling us, like, hey, we probably have some signs of inflation coming down. But he's probably also going to do the same exact thing he did last time, which is, say that, hey, we're not in restrictive territory yet, okay? We still have to have rates above that 5.1% level, whatever he comes out saying, all right? But with where we are right now, no guarantees in the market, but like in my mind, it is a guarantee he's going to come out hawkish and he's going to tank the market, okay? If he was coming out over here at the exact same level we were at, okay? We are literally at that exact same level here on SPX, all right? Which is actually quite crazy, all right? It's quite flippin' crazy. But since we're at that exact same level, he's likely going to say the exact same thing, okay? That's my thinking there, all right? I can't believe we're back up to 4,010 on SPX. That's absolutely insane. You've literally had 100% retrace of this whole move. All right, and look at that. Let's see. Do we still have the bearish divergence going on QQQ? We still have the triple bearish divergence going on QQQ as we run into this level 2 double top. All right, it would be picture perfect if SPX also double tops with it today. So I guess we can put this on our chart as well. All right, what was the high there? The high was 4,196. So we got 4,196. All right, and we'll make this a blue line. All right, just like that. And there we go. All right, so let's get into the daily technicals. We're going to go over the daily charts. We'll actually start with the weekly charts, and then we'll go over the daily, and then we'll go over the 4 hour and the 1 hour. All right, but just so everyone knows, all right, I know we already spent a decent amount of time here. All right, but yeah, guys, you're still, the VIX is set up to rip, SPX is set up to die, okay? That's all I really have. Now, I will say you do have inclining volume this week, so that is a thing to be noted. We could be going higher next week, and then could end up tanking on FOMC. All right, I don't know if that's what this is suggesting, all right, but we do have a big green week off of inclining volume, so that is something to be noted. All right, but in reality, keep in mind, you're not going to go on this mega rip when you have your weekly momentum oscillators up here. Like, it's just not going to happen. Unless you think QE is going to be turned on, you are going to continue having cycles, okay? It's just going to happen. We're not in a new bull market. And we'll say this, unless you think we're entering a new bull market or QE is being turned back on, which it's kind of on the background, but not nearly to the extent it was before. All right. But if you think one of those two things is happening, then by all means, go freaking long. All right. Buy this breakout. Do it. All right. I'm not going to be betting with you. I promise you that one. All right. I'm holding short into next week. All right. Got the Feb 17, 270s on QQQ. They definitely got demolished today. And I got the March 3rd, 380s on SPY. They did not get super demolished today. But either way, I do believe those are going to start printing heavily going into next week. All right. But you know what? You guys are here for the TA, not the trades. Trades are just extra cheddar that you guys can go find on my Twitter. All right. I did actually take a Tesla trade today. This is the first individual ticker trade that I took today. Now, I literally did call out that we could hit 180 before FOMC next Wednesday, so I could have waited on the entry, but I kind of just wanted to get in that and chill with it. But the reason I say 180 is because this is where you start bouncing over here on your first big sell-off of Mr. Tesla, going from 300 all the way back down here, even though this was, I'm pretty sure this was like $1,200 at the time. Not sure. Maybe it was $1,000. Not sure. But that is likely where, like, you bounced here for quite some time. This is going all the way back from this March 2021, and you lost it October 2022. All right. That is a year and a half right there. All right. So, like, there is a very solid chance that you get rejected right here in the zone. This is where the sellers are going to be lurking. I'm going to take advantage of that. The target here is going to be 146.41. If you do end up from where I bought these, you will almost have a 3x gain by the time you come back down here and fill that gap. But you do see Tesla's now at 180. It was just at 100 not too long ago. I do think if we do have this leg down in the bear market, which I think there's an extremely high likelihood that we do have that next leg down in the bear market. I don't know if you go down and break lows on SPX, but either way, if you get selling pressure on the indices, Tesla should follow, and Tesla should fall more than the indices. It should be coming right back down here to this 100 low down here. I don't know though. All right, you do have this gap here at 94.67. I had two other gaps that were much lower, but I took them off the chart. It was here and here, and then you have one all the way down here. I don't think you are getting down there to $43. But either way, this is my trade for this. This is the setup. All right. So yeah, X that bad boy out over there. All right, let's now talk about, okay, let's just look at the daily technicals. Okay, what are we looking at? Okay, if your CCI hinged up, you have your stochastic hinge down, crossing down. You have your RSI in overbought territory, or you are, oh Jesus, you're 0.60 under it. All right, you are at like just about 70 on your RSI, guys. You have not hit that. Like, you know, you haven't hit it since back here. Okay, this was the August sell-off. Now, I do see right here, you did go up for that bearish divergence going on here. All right, I don't think that is going to be the case here, just because we do have FOMC. Okay, unless FOMC is going to cause one hell of a sell-off, and then Apple is somehow going to spark the market back up, and then you continue the sell-off. I don't think that is going to be the case. All right, I think FOMC is going to be the catalyst that does end up tanking the market. So that is my expectations. All right, have your own expectations. Those are mine. Either way, guys, you are here at 70 on your RSI on the daily time frame, and your CCI is on the weekly time frame is in overbought territory. All right, it is not looking good for Mr. QQQ. All right, but it's pretty similar over here on SPX. You're not quite at that 70 level yet. You're at 65 over there. But yeah, guys, I mean, things are looking real like toppy here. Okay, you are like, now I could have waited on all of this. All right. But you know what? That is a lesson to be held. Okay, that is what we bring into the next trade with us. All right, the pain from this one. All right. But yeah, I mean, I definitely called this one too early, but like in reality, you're here, guys. Like, you're here. You have a setup for failure. Okay, this is not going to hold. Okay, you could end up doing that, but again, like, you had this happen last time. You're like, you got the best case scenario right now for a sell-off. Last time you sold off, your RSI was here. Or your RSI was at 56. You're now at 70. Okay, it's not okay. All right, you come over to DIA. DIA has been lagging. Okay, it led the sell-off and then has been lagging on the pushback. Okay, but is this about to, like, listen? All right, DIA led the sell-off. All right, is this showing us that this is a fake rally and it's gonna not beat that high right here? And then we're like, is this the tell? All right, I don't know. Okay, but like, either way, we do have factors suggesting top is here. Okay, I'm gonna be finishing this video up in a second here. All right, but yeah, guys, everything's looking pretty much the exact same. Okay, QQ has a triple bearish divergence. SPY still has a bearish divergence going on. IWM, bearish divergence. Okay, DIA, no bearish divergence, but that's because of what I just described. All right, now Apple. Okay, Apple has pushed up here almost to its 200 MA. Its 200 MA is currently at 148.30. All right, not saying you go up and tap that today. But now that you are right underneath it, I would be surprised if you don't go up and tap it. All right, I will say that. Okay, that's conflicting, but at the same time, that's just, you know, that's just how it be. All right, could be acting as the price magnet. You did get that breakout from the trend line. All right, but something I do want to point out, which is like, guys, this is the same thing I'm saying with the indices. You're rallying off of declining volume. All right, this is SPY and QQ's biggest largest component right here, and you have complete declining volume on this whole rally. All right, that's not okay. You are doing this into Apple earnings on Thursday, and you have FOMC on Wednesday. All right, every single chart right now is rallying into the Fed meeting. That's not okay, guys. This is literally the opposite of what any bull wants to see. Okay, you would have wanted to fall into the FOMC meeting if it was going to be a dovish meeting. All right, it's not. Okay, it's not going to be a dovish meeting because you are rallying, ripping faces off to the upside into that meeting. All right, QQQ. All right, I don't think it held its divergence here. All right, you come over here. It did not hold its divergence here. All right, but you did go up and you did double top over here. So that is that. But you did hold the divergence here on the RSI that formed. Did you? 74.16, 74.60. No, you did not. You didn't hold any divergence here on QQ's 4-hour time frame. Let's look at the hourly time frame. Look at that bad boy. Guys, maybe this is something showing us that we're going to have like 1 or 2 more days of rally into that Fed meeting, okay? At the end of the day, just know you are rallying into the Fed meeting, okay? I don't care how much you go up before that Fed meeting. You're rallying into the Fed meeting. The Fed's not going to push you up, all right? That's just how it works, all right? You don't like it, get lost, all right? That's just 100% how it works, all right? SPY, no divergence to be seen over here. All right, you are rallying your butt off. I am watching the intraday high, 410.49 of this previous top. All right, and I am watching that for your next point of resistance there. I don't think QQ is going to end up running up to this. We have the 308 gap fill from way back. I don't think it is going to be filled. I think we're going to leave that and leave that in the dust, and I think we fill that one on the way back up. And speaking of the way back up, let's actually look at that just for a second right here, and we're going to finish off with this. All right, holy sweet baby Jesus. All right, look at this, rallying for 4 weeks. All right, declining for 4 weeks. I understand you had this one red week here. All right, but either way, you are declining volume. That is what we're seeing here. But if you actually come back from the top, okay, like, you technically are declining this whole way. So is this like paving the way for a massive bull rip? I have no idea. All right, I have no idea. But you come over here to the monthly time frame. All right, how have we talked about the different time frames working together? Well, all right, you need the monthly to then match the weekly, and then you need the daily to match the weekly. All right, then you can even go down to the 4-hour and 1 hour. All right, but yeah, all right, we do have now we do also have this on Bitcoin. All right, bottom is here on Bitcoin. I'm not saying buy right now because bottom is in, but I'm saying like, hey, this is the thing that I was calling out when we were still up here. I was saying this is what I'm looking for to mark bottom on Bitcoin, and it's also what I'm looking for to mark bottom on the overall market. I'm looking for a bullish divergence to be taking place. All right, so you come over to Bitcoin, you clear as day do have that bullish divergence take place as you made your new low there. All right, now hang on, let me bring you right there. Thank you very much. Right, so QQQ. All right, QQQ and SPY. That is what I'm watching for. All right, I am watching for you to go down, break this low. All right, and then you're going to form that bullish divergence. All right, doesn't have to happen. All right, either way, I'm going to be going long on this next one on Mara and Riot, because like mainly Mara and Riot, because this, all right, I want to play Bitcoin, and I think it's going, I will have more benefit playing in that way. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be looking for on SPY. And you, like, this push up here has given you a decent amount of room here to now come back down and fall. Okay, you come over to DIA. I don't know if DIA is going to make a new low, but holy crap, does it have a lot of room now to make a higher high here. All right, now something I actually do want to point out is VIX. All right, VIX's monthly CCI is in the place where we were right before we started selling off. All right, so right here. Okay, so right from here, go over here. All right, so it was this candlestick right here. All right, when was this? This is October, November. All right, then you started heating up December. All right, so this was right before the sell-off. So right now, the way VIX is pricing out right now, the market has less risk than up here. Somehow, the market has less risk than up here when nobody knew what was going on. All right, like, nope. And now everyone knows the reality of the situation. Everyone knows things are very bad. Somehow we have less risk here than we have here. All right, I'm just saying, guys, that makes no sense to me. All right, it makes absolutely no sense. But either way, this is where VIX tends to start having some explosions, or it's going to start cooling off, or we literally start seeing a compressed VIX like this. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think we're finally going to see VIX. I'm not saying over 40, all right, but I think we're going to see VIX come back into this top range right here, which should bring a new low in SPX if that does happen, all right? And if it's going to be a time, I think VIX is probably, I don't know if, I think at some point over the next few years, something like this does take place. I don't know if it's going to be here, all right? We do know what the monthly time frame is suggesting, though, that, you know, like after this next leg, all right, which we now need to see, if you listen to what I just said, we need to see these weekly oscillators also match the monthly oscillators. So we need to see them come down. And that's why I'm looking for a top, guys. This is not a place to be going long, okay? I understand I've tried playing with shorter dated options, all right? There's that, all right? But in reality, this is still not a place to going long, okay? You're seeing a lot of bears just get shat on, when in reality, the bulls that are crapping on the bears, they have no idea what they're talking about, dude. Like, straight up, no idea. You think this is sustainable? Okay? Like, you think this is sustainable when we just had a top over here? When this is happening? And when we fell? When we last fell? You had your oscillators here, okay? And now we're in the same spot here on your stochastic. Like, we're here, the same exact spot on your RSI. CCI is showing us, you know, all right? Like, what the heck, okay? Literally, what the heck? This bad boy, actually, what the CCI is showing us is we should have went a lot higher in here. It's being suppressed, all right? That is what the CCI, this monthly or this weekly CCI is showing us. The fact that we got higher here than we are over here, all right? Regardless, it's being suppressed, all right? We are about to see that sell-off, guys. We're finally about to see it take place, all right? And it's right around the corner. It's literally next Wednesday. That is when I am saying, like, hey, all hell is, like, about to break loose. As of right now, VIX is now free. All right, VIX can, like, all of my boxes are checked, all right? We're good, all right? And yes, this will be on the top checklist for SPX, all right? VIX is bullish divergent. This is 100% going on there. And when we get all those boxes checked, guys, that is when you have the super safe short, all right? And that's when you buy 60 to 120 days on these contracts, and you just wait, okay? That is the idea behind this checklist that I'm putting together, all right? And there will be a bottom checklist. I have not started the bottom checklist, but I will. All right, after I finish the top one, because we're at a top. All right, but yeah, guys, with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. I hope everybody has a lovely weekend, and I will catch you guys in the weekly update. Not financial advice. Peace.